Hello and welcome to Stage, Screen, and In Between with Helen. Tonight I'm at a wonderful event, the 13th annual Masquerade Ball for the Little Shelter. And I'm here now with the Executive Director, David Ceely. David is a devil. He's a real devil, as we can see. David, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming.
It's going to be a wonderful event. And I took a look at the baskets that you have for the raffles, and I have never seen so many possible gifts for people. It's unbelievable.
They're incredible. They're gigantic, and thanks to our donors and supporters, all of those items are donated, and they'll raise the funds for us.
Yeah. So tell everybody a little bit about the Little Shelter, because you have a wonderful cattery that I am in love with, and you have a wonderful kennels for the dogs waiting for their forever home. So tell everybody about the Little Shelter.
So Little Shelter was Suffolk County's first humane society. We're 96 years old. We just celebrated our 96th anniversary. So we're closing in on a century. What's really different about Little Shelter and what makes it special is in animal rescue, you're either an animal rescue and adoption center or you're an animal sanctuary, and Little Shelter is both. We have our adoption facility in Huntington, New York.
Tell everybody.
It's on 33 Warner Road in Huntington, New York. We have probably about 300 cats and about 75 to 100 dogs at any given time. So there's always something for adoption.
And it's a no-kill shelter.
Yes, we're a no-kill shelter, First Humane Society, like I said. We have our sanctuary upstate, which is our Plan B, which makes us a true no-kill shelter. So if any of the dogs are with us for a long time and they're overlooked for whatever reason, whether it's age or a medical situation, up at the sanctuary, there's no more chain link. They all live in rooms. They have their own televisions. They have their own couches, pictures on the walls, 24-hour care. It's super special. But we also are the managing and funding organizations for the town of Huntington Cat Shelter. So we have 3 facilities that are under the umbrella of the organization. Yeah.
Now, how does somebody go about adopting from your facility?
So if someone's interested in adopting, they can look at the animals on the website, or it's always best to come to the shelter so that they see what we have current. And then they'll meet with an adoption counselor, and the adoption counselors will find a pet that would be appropriate for their homes. Tell the adopter a little bit about the animal. We'll find a little bit about the household, and then we'll make the perfect fit for those adopters.
Yeah. So now, how long does it take from the time that somebody comes in and picks an animal until they get approved? Because they have to be approved, right?
They have to be approved. We do 2 personal reference. We do a veterinary reference if they've had pets in the past. If they have an apartment, we need to see the lease agreement, and then we'll need to see 2 IDs, and then it takes about 24 to 48 hours to complete the process, depending on the animal, and that's the process.
Okay. And when people come in, do they generally have an idea of what they're looking for?
A lot of people will come in with a specific type of a pet in mind, or they just, they might not know what it is that they're looking for, and that's what the counselors will do. They'll help them pick out what's going to fit best into their lifestyle and their household.
Yeah. So, but do people generally say, I want a cat or I want a dog?
Yeah, they'll usually come in, and it's one of the first questions we ask. So you're interested in a cat or you're interested in a dog? And then we've got an adoption staff for the cattery and an adoption staff for the dog program.
Yeah. So now this event tonight, this is actually a fundraiser, right?
Yes, this is a fundraiser. Little Shelter, like I said, has been around for 96 years. We survive solely on donations and the generosity of the public. We don't receive any funding from the government. So events like this and the generous donors that are out in the public are really our bread and butter.
Yeah. And how heavily do you depend on volunteers?
Volunteers are extremely important to the shelter and the animals. We have a small staff at the shelter. We have like a skeleton staff that gets the basics done, but our volunteers are really there for the TLC and going extra miles to get those cats and the dogs out on walks.
Are you open 7 days a week?
Yes, we're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 1 to 7 and 12 to 5 on the weekends.
That's terrific. Do you have a website where we can follow you or help if we want?
Yeah, sure.
Tell everybody.
You can go to littleshelter.org, or you could follow us on social media at Little Shelter, or Google us, Little Shelter Animal Rescue, and we'll come right up.
Terrific. Thank you so much. It's going to be an awesome night.
Thank you, Helen. It's so nice to see you.
You're very welcome.